So with the new schedule, the class periods are the same. In other words, first period goes from 8 until 9:25, and then second period goes from 9:30 to 11. All that stuff is the same. We finish the day at 2:45, just like we have been doing all these other weeks. But there is a difference in terms of how each class period is supposed to be structured. So instead of having, an hour and 15 minutes on Monday, Wednesday synchronous, now you're going to have 45 minutes on Monday and Wednesday synchronous. So you're basically going to be signing into Zoom every day. I personally am not going to run my classes like that. I'm going to tell you right now, maybe make a note because your different teachers are going to kind of, I don't know. I just don't think we need to meet twice a week for 45 minutes. If you do, and you would like to, argue the point that we should meet on Wednesdays for 45 minutes at 9:30, then you can send me an email. But we're mainly working on a project, and I feel like everybody's got the routine of the formatives down. So I think that we're okay if we just have the synchronous on Mondays, and then Wednesdays during this time, anytime you can contact me, but during this time, if you want to meet up and have a Zoom, or if there's students here in class, like if you start coming for hybrid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, let's talk about your project. I'm going to work with you if you're here, kind of thing. Does that make sense? I don't know. The teachers are supposed to do 45 minutes every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're kind of taking away your asynchronous days and they're replacing it with asynchronous half periods. So like this period, for example, we would be on until 10:15. I may even finish sooner than that today. And then you would have from 45 minutes there to have asynchronous time to work. And then you would come back, well, depending on your lunch, at 11:45 until like 45 minutes, and you have 45 minutes off. So it's like on, off, all day. So I don't know. Anybody want to weigh in on that? Do you feel like you want to have synchronous class days on Wednesdays? Do you want to put something in the chat so I know? What do you think?
Just when you have something important to say, I guess.
Well, I mean, everything I say is important, but it's sort of like I feel like y'all get notifications from Google, and I try to keep up with that. I do put stuff out on my Twitter also, so you can follow that. I mean, in this class, it's mainly about on your own work with the project. So I'm pretty good at getting back to people and looking at their material and stuff as they share it with me. We're good, no class, okay. I just feel like that's a lot of, yeah, I just want to kind of keep it the same because it's working. I didn't have a high failure rate in any of my classes for 6 weeks. A bunch of people got called in, but I didn't, so I don't know. I just feel like it's okay. We're going to talk about when the project's due in a little bit. It's going to be December or something like that. It's due right now. You haven't even done the proposal yet. Always trying to freak everybody out first thing in the morning. I'm sure everybody appreciates that. All right, so then the day just kind of continues like that. Like the only real disruption is the lunches. If you have a teacher that has first lunch, then your schedule is going to be pretty much the same as it has been. If you have a third period teacher that has second lunch, then your thing's going to change. And you could have a teacher on, Monday, Wednesday that has first lunch, and a teacher on Tuesday, Thursday that has second lunch. So they're supposed to tell you today or communicate with you in some way. Yeah. All right, and then we finish. Now, 2 weeks from now, it's going to change again, and it's going to change to a regular school day schedule with the blocks. So the periods are going to go back to, finishing at 4 o'clock. Yeah. So I haven't seen that schedule yet, but that's what they're saying. Yeah, I know that's gross. I don't know. I feel like kind of like if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I don't want to have a meeting just to have a meeting and sit here and just stare at each other and make you wake up or whatever, you know, I don't know. No, Mona, that starts on the 16th. This one is the new one for 2 weeks. This goes until the 13th, which is a Friday. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, I'm sure you'll get used to it. Hopefully your teachers communicated with you. I have first lunch both days, so my schedule is pretty much the same, but hopefully your teachers communicated with you. Rest in peace, senior year. Yeah, well, I don't know what to do about that. All right, let's go back to the classroom. You can download that thing for yourself if you want. Let me see, what else did I have on the updates? This is the last week of the second 6 weeks, so grades go in on Monday. Just FYI, that does not mean that you have until Monday to turn in assignments. I had students trying to give me stuff Sunday night, and I'm like, wait, this is a dual class. You don't get to just submit stuff like that. That is not the way it works. I usually have my grades done kind of early. So anyway, this is the last week of the 6 weeks. If you have things that are outstanding, you know, like if teachers are giving you a break on your deadlines, obviously that's going to come to a close this week. So communicate with your teachers about what they need from you this week so that they have time to grade, et cetera, et cetera. Order your tickets. Yeah, Zeke brings up a good point, and that is that if you are going to go to the football game, you need to order those online. What is it? Do you know the website, Zeke? Can you put it in the chat?
Yeah, it's highschooltickets.com.
hsticket.com or tickets? We're not going. We will watch it online, but Mr. Ramos and I are trying to limit our on the field. Hopefully. We're trying to go visit my family for Christmas. So we're trying to limit our, yeah, the band's gonna be on the track, I heard. Is that to make more room for all the spacing in the bleachers or what? Maybe I'll send my drone over. I have a drone. Okay. People join. I'm sure I'm having a good time chatting, but a lot of people are probably like, get to it and get me out of here. All right. Okay. Anyway, yeah, go get your tickets. You have to order them online. You cannot buy them in the box office. You have to order them on that hsticket.com. I don't get any money from them. I'm just telling you. It sounded like a plug. All right, assignments. So obviously formatives Monday and Wednesday this week. You do not have a formative on Friday because it is a B week. Your proposal is due on Wednesday. I did put the proposal as an assignment down here. So you can go here and you can see the assignment is here for project 2. Basically, you're contemplating some things about your future life that you might want to spend some time researching. Maybe it's about college, maybe it's about professions or adult life. And we're going to follow the same research proposal that we did in the first 6 weeks. So I want all of these sections. Some people did not follow the format, and I want you to follow the format. So I'm going to go over it briefly. You can just make a copy of this document and erase all of the stuff I wrote in here that guide you through it and just put in your answers and then submit that if you want to. But do make sure that you have all these sections because I'm probably, maybe we'll conference again about it. That is not a real day. Maybe we'll conference about it, or maybe I'll just, you know, comment back when you send your proposal. Watch for me to return it to you probably this week, and then I'll have some feedback in there for you. But I think people already have some good ideas about that. For the product, remember that there are lots of options, and some of them I have right here collected in the Google Classroom. So if you wanted to find, you know, like a different way of doing your project. It doesn't have to be a research paper or a video. You can peruse the different things that I've collected here. What I tried to do is give you a link to the resource and then also give you like a tutorial in case you needed to get up to speed with learning how to do that resource. So you can have a blog. There's some low tech things here. I don't know how you would turn those into me, but there's a lot of other ideas here in case you are looking to branch out from whatever you did in the first 6 weeks project. But that proposal is due on Wednesday. And that's pretty much it for this week, because I figure at that point you'll start working on your project. And you should already have your Apply Texas and FAFSA pretty much done. Maybe there might be a couple of things. I'm not going to remind you about those much anymore or put them on our list, because I think most people are pretty much finished with it. And so I'm just going to make it about the project pretty much from here on out. Project informatives. This month's going to go fast. We're going to have 3 weeks and then Thanksgiving week off. I do not intend to make any specific assignments for you over that time. Obviously, you might want to work on your project, but you can schedule that however floats your boat. Our grades due today. No, the end of the 6 weeks is Friday. Grades are due for teachers on Monday. But that is not the day to be concerned. I had to do a whole lecture, like you guys already know from my classes, being in my class previously, most of you. But I had to do a whole lecture in my dual and AP classes because they were trying to send me stuff on the weekend. And I'm like, I don't play that. Like, that doesn't happen. You don't get, they're like, I don't like how my grade turned out. Like, after I had already posted grades on Friday, they're like, oh, can I turn this in? The grade is posted. No. That's like giving birth to a baby and then saying, I don't like its head. You know, I don't know. How are you going to fix that? That doesn't work. So yeah, we had to have a little chat about that. But yeah, so make sure that you're on the ball about your grades. I wanted to do a little activity in case you're working on your normalized bullying babies. I'm not sure what that refers to. It's okay to bully babies, like literal babies, or just people that are acting like babies? I don't know. While you're still young, you get exceptions. All right, last thing I wanted to do today was share a little bit. I want you to share a little bit of your ideas for your project. So I want you to go over to menti.com. This is an anonymous thing. You go to menti.com and you put in this code. It works fine on your phone, so you don't have to open a new tab if you don't want to. You know, use your devices the way that is comfortable for you. What are your project ideas? Maybe you already know and you just have to finish the proposal, but put some ideas. There might be people in class who don't have an idea about what they want to do. And maybe your idea would spark them an idea of their own. So what is it about your future that you're going to be researching? You can be generic about it, or you can be specific, but I thought maybe we would use the couple minutes here to share ideas, and then, you know, maybe it will give somebody an idea to refine what they already have, or, you know, come up with an idea. Researching the major, how to buy a car. Oh, that's a good one, because that's going to come up probably faster for you than buying a house, right? College dorm essentials, yeah. You know what, on that college dorm essentials, there's a lot of good websites for like making your money go as far as possible, but still having cute stuff. You know, everyone wants a cute dorm room. Taxes, the day in the life of the career, okay. Similarities and differences between physical therapy, okay. Yeah, sometimes there's a field that has 2 branches, so you can look and see what's the difference between this branch and this branch, and then the preparation is sometimes different depending. Comparing universities' engineering programs, good. How to get used to being by yourself. Oh, that is big. That was so big for me. I have stories. You know, I moved to the Valley by myself. People think Mr. Ramos and I were already married, but I moved here by myself all alone. Yeah, you have to learn to get used to yourself, you know, at least a little bit, especially if you grew up in a household with, you know, a number of people always around, and then all of a sudden you're there by yourself. Any others? Process of becoming my own boss. Okay, entrepreneurship, how to navigate college in general. Yeah, jobs available for a certain degree. All right, if I get this degree, what kind of jobs can I do with that degree? Yeah, sometimes people assume that if you get the degree, then you're prepared for the job. And that's not always the case. Sometimes there's extra specific training that you have to go to, or licenseship. You have to go and take tests or extra classes to get licensed or certified, you know, like teachers. You can have the whole degree finished, but if you can't pass the teacher exams, then they won't certify you. So imposter syndrome in college and dealing with it. What is imposter syndrome? What is that? Somebody tell me.
I think it's like when, like, you're going through. There's one imposter among us. It's when you're going through, like, you can't find yourself really, so you don't really know who you are.
Oh, okay. That's from that. You guys are joking on that.
It's like you don't feel capable of doing it in college or like achieving because you believe that people are better than you or you don't belong there.
Oh, so it's sort of linked to self-esteem in a
Yeah,
way.
no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's important. Well, I mean, if you can graduate high school, I think you can do college. Most people. College stress. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you for a second. Most of my students tell me if you've done, you know, advanced level coursework, if you've been taking some AP classes, some dual classes, some on-ramps, that sort of thing, which a lot of you have, a lot of people tell me their first year is way easier than they thought, unless they're on a track, unless they're on a track where, you know, they're doing, you know, some pre-med program or, you know, like something really, really, you know, challenging. Most people tell me that it's actually the senior year was more academically strenuous than their first semester, first year of college. Not everybody, but some people say that. Figure out the specifics to become a different career. Okay, geologist. Okay, the difference between different careers. All right, those all look good. So if you're struggling a little bit to think of what you would want to research, I want it to be authentic. I don't want you just to make something up to do a project, because then between now and December, you're going to have to force yourself to work on it. But if it's something that you really, really would inform your decisions that you're going to be making in the next few months or next year and a half or so, then that's what I want you to target. I want it to be the thing that you need to look into, but you never have time to do. And I'm just going to carve out that time for you to do it. So I think that's a good variety. I think that's a good variety. Anything else anybody wants to add? How to navigate through earning a career's National Sports League and what connections to have. Okay. Yeah, some of you have specific programs that you're joining when you go to college, honors programs, sports, that sort of thing. You have to look into all the ins and outs of that so that you can make the most of it. Yeah, for sure. Good. Well, work your ideas up into your presentation, your proposal. And then just assume after you turn in your proposal that I'm going to approve it. I'll go over here and see if there are any others that popped up here. Culture shock. Oh yeah. I feel like if you're gonna do a project on culture shock, specifically from the Valley, like general culture shock is one thing, but specifically from the Valley, I think you really need to be interviewing students that graduated recently and went out of the Valley to college. If you need some help getting those people, I have contacts. But there's some specific cultural things that people run into, coming from the Valley and going to, Houston or out of the state. There's things that, are just regional. And you don't always know that they're regional until you go to a different region and find out they don't do that there. Like me, I'm a transplant from Detroit. So there were things I had to learn. I spent a long time learning. I'm still learning, but there were some gnarly situations that I did not know about. Like, you're supposed to touch people's children. I did not know that. Strangers in line at the supermarket. If you say she's got pretty hair, you're supposed to touch it. Oh, okay. I think you get arrested in Detroit for that. I think probably you get slapped and punched and then arrested. But yeah, so their thing. Don't do that if you go out of the area. Don't be touching people's children in the supermarket. They don't care about the evil eye. It doesn't matter. I know, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, questions. We're on the questions part of this talk with our new schedule. Where is the new schedule? We're supposed to be finished at 10:15. I'm 15 minutes early, so if there are any questions, I will answer them for you.
Miss, for the proposal, like, do you want us to follow? You know how you put bullet points on like each section of it?
Yeah.
Do you want us to follow those bullet points? Like, for example, like a suggestion like would be to like answer under each of the bullet points, or they're just like suggestions of the overall like.
Yeah, that's the stuff I kind of want you to figure out before you start your project and communicate to me. Part of the proposal is I want you to explain to me what you want to do, and part of the proposal is I want you to be more specific about what you want to do. And this helps you do both things. It communicates to me what your plans are, but it also helps you make your plans, the proposal. So, like say under objective right here, you can turn it in with bullet points if you want, or you can just write a little paragraph or like a couple sentences. As long as it addresses the goal of the research, you're okay. These bullet points are kind of like, if you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know, my goal is to do research. Well, okay, yeah, we're all doing research, but are you trying to inform people? Are you trying to explain people? Because remember, even if you're doing this project for your own knowledge, or as you would say, your own edification, that's the word for today, edification, then you still can be presenting it. We're still going to put it on the website. We're still going to put it out there so that other people who might be interested in the same topic can learn from it. So yes, it's about you finding out something about your future, but don't you think all people kind of want to know about how to buy a car, or how to deal with college stress? Those are topics that might be near and dear to your heart, but other people need to know it too. So probably to inform or to explain, any of those type things. But these bullet points are just to help you give a good answer to what is the goal of the research. Yeah, I think that answers your question. Other questions? Let me see if there's anything in the chat. Let me see if anything else popped up over here. New. Okay, so between now and Wednesday, if you have questions about your proposal, then communicate with me, send me a message. You can also text me on my Google Voice number, and I will get back to you. If you have questions about the schedule or the hybrid situation, let me know. Other than that, I think that's it for today. Good sharing, guys. I think that chart came out nicely. Give people some ideas. Anything coming to mind? No? All right, well, that's it for today then. I will not see you again until Monday, even though the schedule says that we're supposed to have synchronous time on Wednesday. Unless you all overwhelmingly spam my inbox saying, no, please, please, we have to have synchronous class on Wednesday. I enjoy time with you, but I think also things are crazy and maybe you could use the time to work on your stuff. So if you're missing me, then you can just message me and I'll do a Zoom call just for you. Okay. All right. I hope you all have a good week. Take care. Bye. Jennifer, did you have a question? You kind of froze there.